Right now it's January 2nd and it's 12:58 midnight and I want to say something before I wake up and do my exam is that I know I will fail miserably this time. I know I will fail miserably and it's because I cannot focus. I cannot focus on my work right here. I cannot focus on revising and I couldn't think fast. I get confused really easily and I think the reason why is that because during the last couple of weeks during the Christmas holiday and the few days before the Christmas holiday, I am really stressed and I have lost almost all my self-confidence and I just I just couldn't put my head on to, schoolwork and studying. And instead I focus a lot on, you know, negative things about myself and I just wasn't in the right mood for studying and revising. So I think I'm gonna fail miserably this time in the exam, but I'm not gonna blame myself for it because it's it's what has to happen. It has to happen. You know, there's no changing from that. It's inevitable. And I also want to stop comparing myself with the people around me because by doing that I will only hurt my ego even more and I really don't want that to happen. It's gonna be painful when, they announce my grades and my scores. I'm I'm going to be really disappointed by it. But I also need to, understand that it has to happen. I have no choice. My hands are tied and, it's a part of the, you know, a, a part of nature, I guess. It has to happen and I have no choice. I tried and I failed. And it's what's going to happen. And it will take time for me to accept it, but I will eventually do so. I just bought a new pen, and because, I really need a pen. So, yeah. Not only did I buy a pen, I also bought another notebook because, I'm gonna use it for my diary. I've been thinking for quite some time, like, should I continue writing my diary? Because as you know, I also wrote diaries like for the majority of my past high school life. So I think it's a tradition to continue writing my diary. So I mean, yeah, I'm gonna continue writing my diary, but in the most simplistic and compact way possible. Yeah, I just had a Chinese reading test exam, not test exam, which is even bigger than test, and English listening and using what you have listened to write a couple articles, and yeah. Tomorrow I'm going to have two maths exams and Chinese speaking, which sucks ass, but at least maths is something that I can look up to. Okay, so find the values of the constants a and k. So log a is the slope. So yeah, log a. Shit, crap. I don't know how am I going to do this. All right, log a equals minus 2, 5 minus 1 equals 2, 4 equals this. So A is, yeah. That's helpful.
Equals this. Alright, so now we have the slope. Here this is 8, so this is negative 2, so this is negative 4. Now, we times 2 minus x to the negative 4, so it becomes negative 8 plus 4x and y right here. And then this becomes add, so, no, 5, positive 5, negative 5, so it becomes this, and it becomes this.
Yeah, I'm right. This should be negative because negative, this one becomes this, you know.
This is basically how you do question 3 and then question 4.
Okay.
Which is basically this one.
Which is negative 4.
Now I have to do B. If F is
not really.
5, then function C equals 3. Find the value.
So I've done 15, as you can see. Now I'm just gonna skip ahead and do 18. This is really insane, man. Look at this. This is fucking insane. So, I just finished doing maths, and tomorrow I'm gonna have physics test, and it's really late. It's 10 p.m. right now, and I still haven't seriously studied. So I really need to study for this one, because I am dead, basically, right now. So, we have, heat, and we have gas and stuff. We also have optics, and we have, mechanics and stuff. Help me, please. Thank you. Goodbye. If I'm correct, I'm not correct. No way. And all these equations and all these critical angles and refractive indexes.
Fucked this one up
insane.
real bad. I don't know why. Maybe I'm dumb. Maybe I'm just... I don't know.
So yeah, right now it's January 6th. Man, it's hard to pronounce words when you have braces on. So yeah, I've just had I've already had English listening and integration exam, Chinese reading exam, maths 1 and 2, Chinese speaking, physics, English speaking, Chinese writing, and English writing. And next Monday, I will have Chinese listening and integration exam. That sucks. And English reading, which is fine, of course. Yeah. So yeah, I've just had I've already had English listening and integration exam, Chinese reading exam, maths 1 and 2, Chinese speaking, physics, English speaking, Chinese writing, and English writing. And next Monday, I will have Chinese listening and integration exam. That sucks. And English reading, which is fine, of course. Yeah. I'm supposed to be revising chemistry, biology, and liberal studies today. But yeah, let's talk about things first. Technically, it's already halfway through the exam. But still, next week and the week after, like the next 2 weeks, we will also have to do some exams. The next Tuesday, I will have biology exam, and that is January 16th, and that is basically the end of the exam period, so really excited for that. Seriously, we need to talk about the maths exam, because the best exam of the entire exam period is a maths exam. It is the most intense and ridiculous thing you will ever be doing during the exam period. Maths exam. It's so intense. Like, so maths exam, totally, they will give you 3 hours, and the exam is separated into 2 parts. So the first part, they will give you 1 hour and 45 minutes to do all the long questions. And maths part 2 is all the multiple choices questions, A, B, C, D, and they will give you 1 hour and 15 minutes. And for maths exam 1 and 2, like, it's 3 hours long. Like, wow, that's a lot, right? Wrong. Most people will run out of time. Like, even though they have 3 hours, they still run out of time. Me too. I ran out of time, like, many times before, but now I have devised a strategy to have better time management. But damn. So for maths part 1, we will have a stack of paper which is 20 pages, and we need to finish them all within 1 hour and 45 minutes. And wow, these questions, they are huge. Like, the last question worth 13 points, 13 marks, and they give you 3 pages of space just to write down the answers, because that question is separated into part A and part B, and part A is separated into I and I, and B is separated into I, and I. So it's a huge question. And I somehow managed to skip about 3 small questions in the middle of the paper to leave half an hour of time for myself to finish the last question. And indeed, I actually finished the last question. It's amazing. It gets really intense. It gets really fast-paced and stressful. You know, it really challenges your mind, your state of mind. And you know, I kept doing. I cannot look back, because if I look back and check the answers, check what I've done, if I do that, then I'll lose a couple seconds of time. And every second is so critical, you know. And man, I finished the last question. It's basically a triangle, and you need to, you know, they gave you a slope. They gave you an equation, and you need to guess the slope. You need to guess the, you need to find the coordinates of every vertices, and you need to find the incenter and compare it with the centroid and different lines, and if this center is laying on the line, you know, it gets really, really complicated. And for one question, I need to find the equation of angle of a triangle's angle bisector. And at the end, I figured out that you can use the slope of the hypotenuse of the triangle, of the right triangle, and divide the slope by 2, or the slope divided by 2. Like, after the exam, your brain is just so exhausted. But it's really fun, it's really entertaining, because it's lethal, it's deadly, therefore it's fun. And wow, maths, it's insane. In Chinese speaking, for grade 7 to 9, we need to speak Chinese in Mandarin, but now we need to speak it in Cantonese, which is leagues easier, but still the topics are way harder. And there are 6 random people randomly chosen from the same grade, and we need to discuss on a topic. And I guess I did decently. Man, and then I also had physics, and I screwed a lot of things up. I forgot to exchange Celsius to Kelvin. If you're watching in USA, you probably use Fahrenheit. I prefer Celsius. Fight me. But there were also a couple of interesting discoveries in the midst of the exam period. and I think that's really interesting. January 3rd, after school, it's 4 p.m. and Oliver, Caroline, wow, I'm just spitting names now. You've probably heard of Oliver and Caroline, though. I've mentioned them. And yeah, so it was right after the Chinese speaking exam, and Oliver, Caroline, and Idris were sitting together. And I talked to them casually. I was getting really, really social because I just had my Chinese speaking exam, so I was in a really social mood. And I talked to Oliver, and Caroline also kind of talked to me a bit. And Caroline was supposed to be the girl in the other group, in the other side, but we are starting to talk. And Idris tried to push me away in a joke kind of way. So I was talking to Oliver, and Idris was like, "Dude, he's mine. What are you doing?" And then Caroline was like, "What? He's just talking to Oliver, Like, it's like Caroline is defending me from Idris, and I think that's really funny. But what's even stranger, but strangely funnier, is January 4th. It's funny, but in a dark comedic sense. So it's it's about suicide. It's about suicidal jokes, more like self-mutilation jokes. So basically, after January, no, it's still January 3rd. Still January 3rd. Natalie, Pink, Jordana, and Anne. Anne is another girl from our class, and they left school. So Jordana was like, "You two cut your wrists? That's crazy." And or something like that. Natalie told me this. I wasn't there to witness this, but it was quite weird. So Jordana was like shocked by how they cut their wrists. Yeah, self-mutilation habits. And then Pink, the depressed, the schizophrenic girlfriend. She was there, and she was like, I drink detergent too, like detergent, bleach. Yeah, I drink them too. So yeah, both Pink and Natalie, they both drink detergents and bleach just to, hurt themselves. And Natalie was like, "Me too." And Natalie and Pink high-fived. In my opinion, I think it's kind of awkward to actually open up about your suicidal habits. It's kind of awkward because usually your suicidal thoughts and your habits, they're usually kept really personal, but Pink opened up about her suicidal habits, and I think that's one good thing. And the second good thing is it's actually kind of good that when Pink is hurting herself, she's not doing it alone, but still, hurting yourself, self-mutilation, it's a terrible idea. It's really dumb, it's really stupid. It may not feel stupid if you're in a suicidal mood right now. It may make a lot of sense, but it's actually really stupid. If you're in a neutral mood and you think about it, yeah, cutting is stupid. But yeah, and they high-fived. And then Natalie also told me that Anne was a really innocent girl. She's a bit short. She has short hair, and she has really pale white skin, and she always comes off as this really innocent girl who always acts right, who doesn't swear. And Anne also comes off as a person who's really good at academic results, at school subjects, curriculums, blah blah blah. And about 3 years ago, actually 4 years ago, I have came up with a list of people where I think they were strange. And the reason I think the list of people are strange because they act really weirdly. It's like they have hidden talents, and those talents aren't necessarily a good thing. And they have hidden talents that are rare, and they take their own talents and use it to gain power. And therefore they are slightly egotistic, and they
They think they are superhumans, which undoubtedly they are kind of superior than normal humans, but yeah. So I've came up with this list of people that are really strange, and they seem like they're very complicated inside. And Anne is in the list. So when Natalie told me that Anne also likes cutting, I wasn't too surprised, but I'm really happy that I was right. I was right. I was right about Anne all along. 4 years ago, I was right. And I was also right about the other person, Queenie, who's really fast, really athletic, really tough, really playful, but she also cuts herself. But she thinks she's insane, but I don't think she is as insane. But a thought is enough. A thought is enough. It doesn't have to be real. It doesn't have to be, realistic. You don't have to be right. But if you think you're right, you're already special. Fake special. It doesn't matter if you're fake special or you're really special. You're special. But it's complicated. It's not like you're fake special, but you're actually a fraud and you know it. It's more like you believe in you and your faith and your mind, and yeah, it's complicated. But yeah, Anne likes cutting, and the reason why, because she also wants to die, and she thinks cutting is really fun, but she never really did it because cutting makes your wrist incredibly ugly. One time, Natalie, I and Natalie and another person, we were in a restaurant, outside a restaurant or something, and she showed me her cuts. She's like, "Hello." It's so awkward. But she showed me her cuts, and I was like, "Yeah, yeah, you shouldn't do it, but you've already done it." But yeah, a lot of people cut these days. It's a trend. It's a 2010s trend. Besides of English, we also have Chinese tomorrow, and it's Chinese number 3, paper number 3. So basically, you listen to a recording as shown in here. You listen to a recording, answer a bunch of questions, and then you will do a completely separate thing where you read a bunch of data file, you read a bunch of information, and you write something like a letter or maybe a speech, Yep, this is going to be fun. Not really. I don't know. So, right now it's January. What's the date? Let's check. It's January 8th. And I just had my my Chinese integration and English reading exam. I'm just telling you that I fucked up. I really did. In my opinion, I think the Chinese integration exam isn't really that bad. It isn't really that hard, in my standards. Of course, in other standards, it's easy as fuck, but for me, it's I think I can handle it, I guess. So, I'm expecting maybe I will pass the Chinese integration exam. Let's cross our fingers and hope that I will pass this exam. Okay, after that just happened, let's resume. And then there's this English reading exam. And at first I'm really confident about English reading exam. I was like, yeah, despite the fact that I'm a piece of useless shit, maybe I'm still kind of good at English, because right now I'm speaking English. Apparently my English is better than my Chinese. Please. So yeah, I was going in pretty confidently, and apparently it's harder than I thought. I asked Natalie after the exam, and she was like, "Well, it's pretty easy though. Duh, it's easy. Yeah." Even Jordana thinks it's hard, so I guess someone agrees with me. Yeah, it's kind of hard. It's harder than I expected. And there's a question. Okay, so it's English reading, so they gave us 2 passages, right? 2 articles. And in one of the paragraphs of one of the articles, the word novel appears twice, but they both have different meanings. Both novels have different meaning. It's actually one of them is novel, which is an adjective, and the other one is novel, which is a noun. And then there's a question where it asked us what is the word form of the word and what is the meaning of the word. Funny thing is, so they gave us like the word novel. It is it's an adjective. So they gave us 3 choices: adjective, noun, verb. I circled adjective. It means a line. But before the line, there's a letter, N. So, and then it says one word. So, basically, the exam paper is telling me to explain novel in one word that starts with an N. And I really didn't know what does it mean by novel. I suck. I'm laughing at myself in the face. I didn't know what novel actually means. Yeah, maybe I know it's a good thing. It's a good thing to be novel, but I don't know. So I had no idea. At the end, I wrote neat and neat looking. And then the second word is novel. I know what is a novel. I read novels, right? So novel, noun, verb, adjective. Yeah, it's a noun. I circled noun. And it means S underscore. One word. And I was thinking, yeah, novel, it's a book. I guess it's a fiction. It starts with an S. Sci-fi, science fiction, but it's one word, so it's sci-fi. It's scripture, and turns out it's story. S-T-O-R-Y, story. And I hated myself for that so much. I hate myself for that so much. I don't know, I just couldn't think of the word story for some reason. I just couldn't think. I just overcomplicated the answer. And apparently it's story. So, I basically screwed up my physics exam, and then now I screwed up my English reading exam. And then tomorrow we will have liberal studies. And if you don't know what liberal studies is, basically you need to write essays. Like, you need to read like passages of like things of news, and then you read statistics, you read graphs, and then you write like an essay. Usually it's related to politics, socio-economics, society, economics. Socio-economics is the main theme. Anyway, so usually you write one essay, right? But in term test, you need to write technically 2 essays, but both of them are from the same topic, so it's like one essay. And then this time, the exam version, we have LS1 and LS2 because we will be writing 2 essays. No, we will be writing 3 essays. Crap. LS1, for LS1, they gave us 1 hour and 20 minutes to write 2 essays. And the first one, there will be 3 sub-questions, and for part 1B, there will be 2 sub-questions, and for LS2, there will be one essay, and it will have 2 sub-questions. Great stuff. Now you're probably thinking, well, you're just writing a bunch of essays, it's gonna be fun, right? Essay starts with an E, easy starts with an E, therefore essays are easy. Well, logic doesn't really work like that. Because essays suck. Like, I'm telling you, man. We had an LS test before the exam. We had thousands of tests. Not even kidding. Like, in the entire school life, of course we have thousands of tests. But basically, we have like an essay, and we have like an LS test, and the full mark of the test is 12. Basically, for that test, I got a 4 out of 12. And Oliver got 3 out of 12. Leo got 5 out of 12. Nick is another friend, classmate, I guess. Nick got 3 out of 12. Tom got another guy, Tom. Tom got 2 out of 12. Everyone failed, except for those really smart nerds like Natalie. Natalie got 8 out of 12. Fucking 8. And we all failed. We all got below 5. Like all the normal people, like me and Leo and Nick and Tom. We all got below 5. We all failed. I don't know why. We all worked very hard. We all worked our asses off for LS. And whatever we do, however we do, we still fail. Because why? It's our destiny, apparently. Because maybe we are destined to fail. It's destiny. It's destiny. Like, we're destined to fail. Like, whatever we do, like, I don't even know why. It doesn't make sense. It's mathematically impossible. It's not even possible. Why is it possible to pass this? I'm not Natalie. I can't pass this. What? And I don't even know, how did Natalie pass this? How is she doing this? How is she even doing this? I mean, LS, whatever I do, whatever anyone does, we fail regardless. We don't have to prove it to you. Like, we fail regardless. I didn't say that. The statistics say that. It's real. You don't have to prove it. It's the truth. If failure is inevitable for me, then that means I am getting worse and worse and worse every day. Which is great. And what is even greater is that me, Natalie, Jordana, and Leo, we are like 4 friends that are in the same class. And these 3 people, like, their results are all very good. Like, they're very good at what they're doing. They're good at physics. I mean, Leo's good at physics. He's okay at biology. He's good at chemistry. He is, so it's like, academically, I am isolated. I'm like in the far end of the spectrum. I'm shit, while all my friends are better than me. I don't want to compare myself with others, but it's so tempting to compare myself with others. It's like, it's what people do, man. Like, they gave us rankings, they gave us scores, and we need to compare it with every single person we know so that we can validate our intelligence, whether we are actually smart people or dumb people. We need to validate it. I don't want to compare. I don't want to be comparative. But it has to happen. It's so tempting. And when I compare myself with the people around me, I'm always worser. And that makes me... I don't know why. Is it my nervous system? Why am I feeling... I'm feeling pain everywhere right now. Like small... Like, wow. I don't know. Is it my nervous system? Am I having like a I don't know. I don't know. Stop. Like I don't know. Not only the school results, my health is freaking going downhill. It doesn't matter if I do exercises, because if I start running, if I start doing exercises, I'll probably end up in a hospital because I just broke a couple of bones and just completely destroyed all of my muscles in my body. Because if I do exercises, I'll be actually killing myself. But people do exercises to hurt themselves in order to be better, but I do exercises to hurt myself, and then I don't get better because I don't have enough proteins to repair my tissues, apparently. Let's face it, it's over for me. Let's face it.
Yeah.
Now,
Alright, it's January 10th.
It's just the whole calculation.
Look,
My
it's just,
God.
I don't.
It's stuff.
You know, it's just stuff.
What's even happening?
So these are my biology homeworks. It's so bad. Look, just look. I am so bad at doing biology homeworks. I tried my best. I really did. Like, I tried my best, okay? I tried my best in answering answering questions. Look at the quiz. Pure disappointment. And now I have to take a look at enzymes and food and my favorite chapter so far. Yeah, all the small intestines and different digestion processes in different, parts of the alimentary canal. Alright, right now it's January 16th, and the entire final exam has finally ended. And wow, it's been quite a while. It's been half a month actually, because the exam starts on January 2nd, and it's been a good 15 days. Not good. Bad. It's been a bad 15 days. Gosh, it's terrible. It's so stressful. I really had no confidence. Like, at the beginning of the exam and in the Christmas holiday, I was having so much stress, and it was a really difficult time. I didn't have much sleep, and I always felt sad and worried because the exam is coming, and everything's coming, and everything's going wrong, and I get injured, and my phone malfunctions, and everything's going wrong, and I was really worried, I was really scared and sad, and then as the exam goes on, I told myself that it's okay to be bad. It's okay to suck at exams and have shitty results and end up really badly. It's okay. It's gonna be okay, because I already tried my best, and I just have to accept the truth. So today is the last day of exam, and it is basically a biology exam. It's 2 hours long, and it has 30 MC questions, 30 multiple choices questions, and 22 pages of long questions. So I finished them all. I revised for biology really hard. Yesterday I revised biology for 3 hours, and 2 days ago I revised it for 2 hours, and it was real brain twisting, mind-bending, mind-boggling, and wow, I mean, it's really tough, but I think I managed to pull through it, and I think I won't attain a high mark. I don't think I will perform super well in this exam period. In fact, I think I will perform terribly. But it's okay. Again, it's okay. I need to accept the truth that I'm fucked.
So exam just ended, and I walked back home. I didn't walk back home. I took a bus, and then from the bus station to my apartment, I walked back home. And I walked back home. I put down my bag, my school bag, and wow, exam, it's over. It's over. And then I walked into my room, this room, and I I just saw my clothes being like mixed together and put together and stuff, and I didn't really like that. So I was really pissed. I was really angry. Like just an hour ago, like about an hour ago, more like 45 minutes ago, I just walked into the room, and I don't think it was because of the clothes. Yeah, I don't know. I just felt really angry. And since there's no one at home right now, I didn't even change into my usual clothes. I was wearing my school uniform, and I just yelled on top of my lungs, "Fuck you!" And again and again and again. And I got so angry. I got so emotional. I teared up. And I kept shouting and yelling, and my eyes were wet, and it was emotional. And then I calmed down, and then I started, I started telling myself, it's okay, it's gonna be alright, it's gonna be alright. I'm gonna have a shitty result. I'm gonna perform terribly. All my friends are gonna have better scores than I do. I will have, all the people are gonna be better than me. People are gonna think I'm dumb. People are gonna think I'm retarded. People are going to think I am useless, I'm a loser, I'm a failure. People will think that I'm worthless, and I am a terrible human being that is weak and slow and fragile and irrelevant. And it's okay. It's okay to be bad. Because right now, I just want to shift my focus. I don't want to focus on school anymore. Not that I want to abandon school, not that I want to drop out of school. It's just that I don't want to care about exams or school friendship that much. Because the more I care about them, the more frustrated I get. And I feel like exams and friends at school isn't that important. I think what is really important for me is what I will do when I grow up. So around 2020, after I finish high school, I will move to USA. I will move to Los Angeles, ideally. And if I move to Los Angeles, I can start fresh. I can become myself again. I can, I can start to have new friends. I can abandon all my old friends and start to have new friends. I can just start doing what I do best. The future is more important than what I have now, like what I am facing now. And I know that it's gonna be it's gonna be a pathetic, it's going to be a very very dull, bland, depressing 2.5 years. But I will pull through it. I will make it. I've already made this far. Like, from elementary school till now, it's already been 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10.5 years. It's already been 10.5 years. 9.5 years. It's already been 9.5 years. And I can definitely make it through my next 2.5 years, and then I can start fresh. I can continue living my life in USA without getting bothered by all these burdens in the past. I will leave all the burdens back in Hong Kong, and I will just go. I will just go. I will do what I do best. I will make a change in the world instead of focusing on these exams and friendship problems and just killing myself with it. I will just believe in my dreams and just go for it. I got really mad, I got really angry, I just let it out, all my emotions that I have been accumulating for the past half a month. I just let it out, shout on top of my lungs, I cheered up, and now I feel way better. And I feel like it's a good thing to let your emotions out. And exam is over. I can continue doing YouTube, and YouTube is right now the only thing that gives me a stable amount of happiness. Life is so simple. It's school and the rest of the day. And usually school takes up about 60% or 70% of your day. If you are us, the Hong Kongers, I don't know about the USA, or any other countries, but for us, school takes up about 70% of the day. On January 11th, something even more interesting happened. So we just had chemistry exam, and damn, chemistry, whew. And then I, Cedric, Leo, Natalie, we left school together, and I was asking Natalie, hey, what are you gonna do now? Like, it was 10:30 a.m. after the chemistry exam finished, so we still have a hell lot of time. So I asked Natalie, hey, what are you gonna do? And Natalie said she's gonna meet up with Pink. Now, the reason why Pink didn't take any of these exams is because she is taking pills that will make her experience amnesia like every single day. Like mild amnesia. So she can't take any exams because she keeps on forgetting things. And she's also really stressed, especially when it comes to exams, so she did not take any of these exams so that she will not, kill herself out of stress. So, at the end, Natalie meet up with Pink, and I, Cedric, and Leo followed Natalie and Pink. We had lunch at McDonald's near school. I didn't have lunch, not really. I just have some McNuggets and had some French fries, and then we all went to Pink's house. And it is the first time for me and for Cedric and for Leo to go to Pink's house. And we went to Pink's house and we played a bunch of card games, a bunch of board games, and it was really boring. It was really depressing because in her house or in her apartment, life is nothing but playing with her 2 dogs, eating food, or playing board games. And that's so plain, that's so boring, and that's so lifeless, in my opinion. But we played board games, we played Monopoly, and we also played another number game. And after that, it was really boring. We prank called a couple of guys, and we prank called Jordana. We definitely did. And we talked, and when I go back home, it was already 4:45 p.m. I just wasted like a quarter of a day at Pink's house. Damn! But wow, I mean, it was worth it. It was worth it. It's good to, connect to people, socialize, and all that. And it's good to go to your classmate's house.